What if the biggest story of FIFA World Cup 2026 isn't France, Argentina, or Brazil? What if the team that shocks the world isn't even among the tournament favorites? Every World Cup creates heroes nobody expected. In 2018, Croatia reached the final. In 2022, Morocco made history by becoming the first African nation to reach the semifinals. And now, after analyzing thousands of simulations, one team keeps appearing where almost nobody expects them to be. They're not the most famous, they're not the most expensive squad, and they aren't getting much attention from football fans, but according to AI, this team could become the biggest surprise of FIFA 2026, the dark horse that nobody sees coming. And if the prediction is correct, the football world is about to witness something incredible. Let's find out who it is. Before revealing the team, let's talk about what a dark horse actually means. A dark horse isn't necessarily a weak team. It's a team with enough quality to compete with the best, but without the expectations of traditional giants. These teams often play with less pressure. They stay under the radar, and while everyone focuses on favorites like Argentina, Brazil, France, and England, the dark horse quietly builds momentum. That's exactly how some of the biggest World Cup surprises happen. And according to AI simulations, 2026 could produce another one. To identify potential dark horses, the AI analyzed multiple factors: recent international performances, squad depth, player quality, defensive strength, attacking efficiency, tournament experience, and perhaps most importantly, consistency. The simulation then ran thousands of possible World Cup scenarios. The goal wasn't to find the most likely champion, it was to discover which team repeatedly exceeded expectations. One nation stood out more than any other. According to the AI, the most dangerous dark horse for FIFA 2026 is Portugal. Yes, Portugal. While most fans are discussing France, Argentina, Brazil, and England, Portugal continues flying under the radar. But the simulations tell a different story. Again and again, Portugal reaches the quarterfinals. Again and again, they make deep tournament runs, and in several scenarios, they come dangerously close to winning the entire World Cup. Why? Because Portugal possesses something many teams lack: balance. Portugal doesn't rely on one superstar. Instead, they have talent spread throughout the squad. Strong defenders, creative midfielders, dangerous attackers, and players competing in the biggest leagues in the world. This balance makes them extremely difficult to stop. Even when one player has a bad game, another can step up. The AI particularly favors Portugal's tactical flexibility. They can defend when necessary. They can control possession. And they can strike quickly on the counterattack. That adaptability becomes incredibly valuable in knockout football. World Cups are different from club football. You don't need to be the most exciting team. You need to survive. You need to win difficult matches. You need to stay organized under pressure. And according to the simulations, Portugal excels in these situations. The AI found that Portugal rarely collapses. They remain competitive in almost every scenario, even against stronger opponents. That's one of the biggest reasons they consistently outperform expectations. Of course, no dark horse has an easy path. If Portugal wants to shock the world, they will eventually need to defeat football's elite. Teams like France, Argentina, Brazil, England, or Germany. The simulations show several difficult knockout matches where Portugal's journey nearly ends. But surprisingly, they managed to win more of those battles than many experts would predict. Not every time, but often enough to become a serious threat. One reason Portugal isn't receiving much attention is simple. The spotlight belongs to bigger favorites. When people discuss FIFA 2026, they naturally focus on recent champions and global football giants. Portugal gets overlooked, and that could actually help them. Less pressure, less expectation, more freedom to focus on winning matches. Historically, some of the most successful tournament teams have benefited from exactly that situation. This is where things get interesting. The AI doesn't predict Portugal as the most likely champion. That honor still belongs to stronger favorites. However, Portugal appears among the final contenders far more often than most fans expect. And that's what makes them dangerous. If a few results go their way, if they avoid injuries, if they build momentum at the right time, Portugal could become the story of the tournament. So according to the AI simulations, Portugal is the dark horse most likely to shock FIFA World Cup 2026. Not because they're the strongest team, not because they're the favorites, but because they consistently outperform expectations. They have balance, they have experience, and they have the ability to compete with anyone on their day. But football is unpredictable. That's why we love it. Maybe Portugal will surprise the world, or maybe another unexpected nation will rise and make history. What do you think? Which team is your dark horse for FIFA 2026? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more AI-powered football predictions and World Cup analysis. Because sometimes the biggest story isn't the favorite, it's the team nobody saw coming.